Welcome, crypto enthusiasts. Are you ready to navigate through the financial currents?
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into critical insights that could redefine your investment horizons.
From new regulations like the Bitcoin Act 2024 to Bitcoin reserve strategies, we've got important info.
Our guest, the distinguished Cynthia Lummis, shares her perspective on these developments.
And stay tuned for a preview of our next exciting topic. The US is about to make Bitcoin history.
Indeed, you won't want to miss insights from Guy on the channel Coin Bureau.
And a quick reminder that this content is purely educational and not investment advice. Let's dive in. Could the US actually create a federal Bitcoin reserve?
That's what Guy proposes. It's certainly ambitious.
What are the implications of such a move?
Let's break down Guy's take and its potential impact.
What's the core idea behind the federal Bitcoin reserve?
Guy believes it could change the landscape of crypto valuation completely.
What would that mean for Bitcoin itself?
An influx of institutional support could mean skyrocketing prices.
Governments have always hoarded wealth. Gold was king.
Absolutely, but with Bitcoin things are changing.
How do they compare in terms of growth?
Bitcoin outperforms gold by a landslide.
What political support does Bitcoin have right now?
There's bipartisan interest, but it's not guaranteed long-term.
So what does Guy predict will happen?
He anticipates significant price rallies if the US acts.
So what's the key takeaway here?
Expect volatility, but also unprecedented opportunities.
Next, we'll hear from George Tung on Bitcoin's most bullish phase begins. Is Bitcoin really about to hit $100,000?
Absolutely. George Tung believes this is just the beginning.
What exciting trends are we seeing today in the market?
Let's break down George's insights to get the full picture.
What does George define as this bullish phase?
He argues it's marked by an insatiable demand for Bitcoin.
And does this suggest a price surge in the near future?
Yes, George is confident prices could skyrocket as institutional interest spikes.
Bitcoin's price is hovering just below $100,000, right?
Yes, and George emphasizes any dip now is a golden buying opportunity.
How often has the market reacted to such psychological price levels?
Historically, crossing these thresholds stirs significant investor enthusiasm.
What about institutional players in this rally?
George notes massive inflows into Bitcoin ETFs are fueling this excitement.
Can we expect this trend to continue?
Absolutely. With more players joining, demand will escalate.
And how are altcoins faring during this bullish Bitcoin run?
Many are breaking their all-time highs, showing strong market confidence.
What should investors watch for in altcoins?
Key trends in DeFi and institutional investment may drive altcoin growth.
What wild predictions are emerging for Bitcoin?
George anticipates prices could soar to $500,000 as demand surges.
That seems extraordinarily bullish.
With current trends, it's within the realm of possibility.
So what's the bottom line here?
Bitcoin is on the verge of something monumental.
Time to rethink investment strategies.
Every dip, a chance to buy more.
If you're enjoying these market insights, hit that subscribe button.
Your support empowers us to keep bringing you the best analysis possible.
What an incredible week for Ethereum and altcoins.
Absolutely. Many see this as the initial spark for altcoin season.
How are investors feeling about this shift?
Let's take a closer look at what the data shows.
What's driving the excitement around Ethereum?
The sentiment has notably shifted. 65% prefer Ethereum currently.
That's a striking difference. Does this signal a turning point?
Definitely. This could be the launchpad for altcoins.
Ethereum has rallied tremendously. What's the main contributor?
The volume and momentum are exceptionally strong right now.
Do you think this trend is sustainable?
It looks promising, especially with recent market shifts.
How do political changes affect crypto?
We're seeing crypto-friendly leaders emerge after the elections.
That's a recipe for potential growth.
Yes, it can redefine the market landscape.
What does the future look like for altcoins?
With Ethereum rallying, other altcoins could soon follow suit.
That means more volatility, but also opportunities.
Exactly. Buckle up for a wild ride.
So what's the takeaway here?
Prepare for potential gains in altcoins and stay informed.
Time to refine those strategies.
Absolutely. It's about leveraging the current momentum.
Next up, stay tuned for insights from Benjamin Cowan. Why are we tuning in tonight?
Cowan believes we're on the verge of hitting $100,000.
That's monumental. What can we expect if it happens?
Let's get into his insights and predictions.
What's the core message here?
Cowen warns about market volatility once we reach the 100,000 milestone.
Will we see a sell-off or a bullish continuation?
That remains to be seen, but tension is palpable.
What does history tell us about such price points?
Historically, milestones induce volatile market reactions.
So we should be prepared for anything.
Absolutely. This could be pivotal.
What's happening with Bitcoin's market dominance?
It's critical. Dominance at 60% may hinder altcoin growth.
What would trigger an altcoin season?
We need sustained retail interest in altcoins.
How might the market behave after touching 100,000?
Cowen hints at possible volatility and profit-taking.
Should investors prepare for corrective measures?
Definitely, caution is advised.
What's the takeaway here?
Prepare for a wild ride in the upcoming days.
And revisit altcoin strategies as Bitcoin leads.
Exactly, strategy is essential.
But there's more. Next up, we'll explore. This #1 Bitcoin chart predicts what's next for crypto after 100K, featuring insights from the Altcoin Daily team. Bitcoin is teetering on the brink of breaking $100,000.
And the big question, are we too late to jump in?
Let's dig into the data and see what's really going on.
On-chain data might just hold the key.
So, what's the core message here?
It's all about the market's anticipation of Bitcoin hitting that iconic 100,000 mark.
And how do we know this isn't just another hype cycle?
Because the data alongside miner activity reflects a different narrative.
These on-chain metrics really tell a story, don't they?
Absolutely. Miners are holding on to Bitcoin. It shows they expect higher valuations.
What does that mean for average investors?
It suggests now may be a prime opportunity to consider investing.
What about the miners? How do they factor into this?
Their actions are crucial. If they're selling, it often indicates market highs.
And right now,
They seem more inclined to hold than to sell, which is good news.
with all this in mind, where are we headed?
The prediction is that Bitcoin could easily break that 100,000 barrier soon.
What would be the catalyst for that?
Investor sentiment and broader economic changes are key players here.
So the call to action is clear?
Absolutely. Stay ahead of the game and monitor these developments.
Your insights and comments matter here. Join the discussion.
Right. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.
What a fantastic discussion we've just had. Each guest brought their unique perspective on the cryptocurrency landscape.
Absolutely. The insights were fascinating. I mean, the Altcoin Daily team really believes we're on the verge of a massive breakthrough with Bitcoin.
And it seems like everyone agrees that market dynamics are shifting, pushing Bitcoin and altcoins into the spotlight.
But didn't we hear some contrasting views on how quickly Bitcoin will hit that $100,000 target?
Right? George Tung was a bit more reserved, suggesting we should be cautious about immediate altcoin impact.
And Guy's idea about a federal Bitcoin reserve took everyone by surprise. He views it as bullish while others were skeptical.
It's moments like these that make us realize how important it is to stay informed.
Exactly. If our viewers found these insights valuable, they should definitely hit that like button and subscribe.
Your support helps us keep bringing more golden nuggets of financial wisdom.
And remember to check out our other videos to further enhance your investing knowledge.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay curious and keep investing smart.